into Driving the Line, the Masters Edition. My name is Alan Bell, joined by retired PGA Golf professional Brian Liberati, also a member of the DTL crew. Brian, so good to see you, buddy. How we doing?
AB, I'm fabulous, and I really thank you for letting me on here. I hope I can help everybody a little bit this week.
Oh, buddy, you're going to do great, man. Look, you've helped me already in just 3 emails, man. I feel like I'm ready to get out, tee it up, man. Oh, man. But yeah, tell us a little bit about you, man.
Well, just quickly, I turned professional in 1980, so that ages me. I've been a PGA professional for 45 years, not a professional golfer, but a golf professional. I worked 12 years at country clubs as an assistant professional, and then the last 33 years, I've been a swing coach. I've probably given 105 to 110,000 lessons in my career.
That's a lot.
It is. I helped the city of Detroit start a midnight golf program, which was the first one in the country. I also was the chairman of the Detroit Police Athletic League junior program for 7 years. So I've had a lot of experience with kids. I love teaching them.
Buddy, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to fit right in on this, man. That is
Thank you.
fantastic. Oh, yeah, man. Dude, what an awesome resume, man.
I've been blessed.
Oh, gosh. Hey, we're all blessed to have you, buddy. Let me go ahead and say that. So we're going to break it in, man, and talk about the 2025 Masters here and jump a slide there. All right. So we've got our man, all right, Scotty Scheffler here. All right, coming back, turning champion. But we got a full leaderboard. Now, what I want to do first is just open up about the course, okay? And what I mean by it is I've obviously never played Augusta National, but I've been down there for a couple practice rounds, and I can tell you this, and not you, but anybody, here who hasn't been around this course or, understood it, that, dude, this course, the undulations on TV don't do it justice. You could stand in bunkers and you can't see out. What type of player does it take to win this course, to play 4 days of good golf at Augusta National?
No, it's a great question because you're right. The undulations are crazy, AB. Also, too, the wind is very, very important on that course. It's hard to judge where it goes. Truthfully, usually the players that are patient, the players that are not too aggressive, because you've got to be careful on that course. Plus, you probably saw the greens are crazy. They're so fast, so many undulations, so much break. I mean, some of the greens, there's a 12 to 15 feet break you have to play. So you have to be very, very patient. Truthfully, you should play for par on almost every hole. You'll get a few birdies on the par fives and things, but I mean, overall, I don't want to say you have to play safe, but you have to play smart. I mean, you really do.
You have to play to make sure that you're there on Saturday, right?
Absolutely.
And like you said, man, about the greens, there are some greens and there are some areas on some greens that I looked at it, and again, wasn't walking the course playing, but when you walk at the practice round, you're right there. You're literally standing beside it. And I looked at it saying, if I were in that spot, like if my approach shot landed there, there's literally no way I could play.
Isn't it true? Oh yeah. No, because you almost have to stand backwards on some holes to hit it to the hole. Yep. So you have to really have great distance control with your irons, and you really need to know, where do I want my ball in the green? And you certainly do not want to give above the hole. You want to stay below the hole.
Yeah.
Because they're so darn fast. I mean, you can't stop the ball, as you saw at times.
Oh,
so
no.
You really have to plan ahead more than any other course. And where do you want to miss your shot if you're going to miss it?
I think you nailed it right there. Is that it's not always about, I want to put my approach shot right here. I'm just pin seeking. It's almost as, like you said, playing it safe. And golfers who can, let me see if I could use the right phrase. Golfers who could stay tight on their approach shots, right?
Absolutely.
Stay in the fairways. Yeah. And just leave themselves in safe places. Exactly. All right. And we say that, of making your pars, being good with making your pars, right? And then taking your shots where you can. So we see, obviously, a par 72, 18 holes. The front 9, you've got 2 par 3s, 2 par 5s, back 9, 2 par 3s, 2 par 5s, right? how do you approach, the par threes, the par fives? Is that where you have to be aggressive? Is that where you have to take control, or
I
how do you
tell
go
you,
about it?
great question, AB. The par threes, I think you have to play safe, truthfully, because like number 12 with Rays Creek, the way it cuts across, the angle it's on, I mean, it's such a small green to hit to. It's not deep at all. The depth is very, very small. 16 with the water. I'm not saying you got to play somewhat safe. The par fives are where you can make your strokes up more than any holes out there. They really
Yeah.
are. I mean, truthfully, if you could make 16 pars on the par threes or be even for the week, you're going to probably be in the top 5 or 10.
That's a good point right there, man. And you know what? And we'll transition that into, the weather. You just hit on it right. And Thursday, pretty good for a round
Yes,
of golf. I mean,
absolutely.
we've seen that, rain is annual as
Right.
getting something from the merch stand, right? Like you're gonna have rain every
True.
year down there in Augusta, Georgia. But Thursday looks good. Friday we got some rain there.
Right.
Saturday and Sunday gonna be solid. So
Right.
when you see that rain on Friday, all right, and it's gonna rain. It's gonna be
Mhm.
consistent, but it's not gonna soak out the course, but
Right.
it's gonna be rain, right? So when you look at that right there in the middle, okay, right before cut day,
Mhm.
how will th- how will that play for the course, like for Saturday and Sunday? Will that make it faster? Will it make it, it's gonna favor guys who can hit it longer, guys who have better approach, putting? Like, is there anything that we need to know, beyond, really for the weekend?
Right. Well, truthfully, a great question. Part of it depends on how much rain they get.
Yeah,
You know, if
yeah,
it's just like a light rain overall, I was looking at the weather before we got on. It looks like it's going to be a little windier on Friday than any of the other 3 days.
yeah,
They're talking like 10 to 15 miles an hour. Like on the weekend, they're only showing like 5 to 8 miles an hour.
yeah. Which is
So,
nothing, right?
which is nothing. And
Yeah,
no, absolutely. And the only thing I'll say too with the rain, truthfully, if it's not too hard, it might slow the greens down a little bit, which for most players is going to be a good thing.
nice.
You
So
know, the
that can
greens
actually help. Yeah, sorry, keep
Yeah,
going.
the greens will be more receptive to their iron shots because sometimes the ball rolls out so far in those greens, it's hard to stop the ball. So if it's just a steady rain, not crazy, it really might help the scores on Friday be a little lower.
Nice. Okay. So then that could actually help, some like you don't have to play the perfect round. It'll kind of help the back end, right? Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, that's good to know. All right, so let's talk that. Let's parlay that into
Okay.
this. All right. So here are the odds for just the winner of
Right.
the tournament. And again, dive into it, guys that you like, guys
Yep.
where, if you were putting $5 down on
Mhm.
somebody, you'd like this, you'd like this. Like, just for those of us who don't talk golf
Right.
every day, right? Like, who are the names that we need to know?
Well, certainly Scotty Scheffler to start with, AB. I mean, I know he's small odds at 450, but he's got the perfect game for Augusta. He's won it twice. His control of his distances with his irons, nobody's touches him. I mean, he's crazy, crazy good. So, I mean, I truthfully would put a little on Scotty. Also, too, I really like John Rahm this year. Last year he wasn't in good mental frame because he had just gotten on live, and I think he felt guilty that he switched to live last year. I heard him talk yesterday. He seems like he's in a good place and he's been playing very well. And the other one I really like, and again, I know these are not high odds. I like Bryson DeChambeau a lot. He's got the game for it. He hits it long. He's very precise with his irons. And even with his putting, he looks so darn stiff, but he's a very, very good putter in short game. He's got a lot of imagination. So I mean, at the top end, those would probably be the three I'd really look at.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it's interesting what you just said about John Rahm, right? And I kind of felt the same,
Mm-hmm.
like just from a personal
Yep.
standpoint, he did kind of feel like he was guilty of something, and
Absolutely.
yeah, and it's fascinating, and kind of staying on that mental piece or just the personal side. Bryson DeChambeau. So, speaking of the personal side, man, Bryson DeChambeau, he's really become the people's champ. I mean, from a PR perspective, it's not like that people hated him, but he seemed like kind of a brash guy. And then, Brooks Koepka and, all that he did publicly to make sure everybody knew that DeChambeau was kind of a weirdo, quote unquote, in his terms. But DeChambeau's become absolutely that guy. Like there will be patrons there, a lot of them that will be a lot of people be pulling for Scotty, a lot of people pulling for Rory, right? Big names definitely do well there. But Bryson DeChambeau will absolutely be getting love, man.
Tons.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, tons of love. He will. I like said, I didn't like him 5 years ago. Like you're saying, I like him a lot now.
Yeah.
I really do. He's changed in a good way, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I feel like you don't know until you know,
Correct.
right? Till a teacher tells you, like, hey, if you just adjusted this, like, you would be very liked,
True.
I swear, man, it's like that light, like it switched, and
yes.
So DeChambeau, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So okay, those are the guys, to win the overall tournament, right?
Right.
And we take a look here. Let's move over to a top 5 finish. Okay.
Sure.
So when breaking these down and looking, we don't have to select one guy. Right. So the goal in this is to look at these leaderboards. So look at these odds right here. All right. And say, let's just pick just a handful of guys that we like that could just have a good tournament. Right. So I'll pull this full screen and feel free to take it anywhere in regards to these guys who you think could just have a good 4 days consistent golf there at the Masters.
Yeah, I think one of them is Joaquin Niemann. I mean, I know he's a live guy, but the last 2 years he's played really, really good, and he hasn't done the best in majors. And I really believe it's time for him to step up. He's got the game for this course. He's long, good short game, great iron player. Another player I like for top 5 is Terrell Hatton. Again, another live guy, but he doesn't let the moment bother him. Major tournaments do not bother him. He's very accurate off the tee. His iron play and short game are really, really top. So, I mean, for me, those are probably the two I look for in the top 5. The top 10, this is very chalky, but I do like Colin Morikawa. I know he's at plus 150 or something like that. Oh, he's 125 now. Okay. I don't expect him to win. He just doesn't seem to close tournaments these last couple of years, but he's always up there. You see him every time. I mean, last year he was with Scotty in the last pairing, and until number 9 when he double bogeyed it, he was right there. But he's just striking the ball as good as anybody on tour. And then my other top 10 would be Robert McIntyre, the lefty. He's at plus 320 right now. I just like what he's been doing. His metrics are really good. I'm very, very impressed with him. And then my top 20, I do like Seb Straka. He's at, I think, around plus 210, I think. He's just been playing fabulously all year. He's finally got his putting going, because his putting was never the best, but his ball striking was always top notch. But he's a really good putter. Now, my other top 20 would be the Canadian Corey Connors. He's been top 20 in the last like 5-6 events. I mean, he was top 10 a couple times lately. He's not a great putter, but he always seems to putt good at the Masters for some reason. I don't know why he handles these greens so well, but he really does. So those would be my top 10 and 20. Now, I know you talked about long shots. Do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, like, who are some guys, some names that if we had, a crisp 5 in our pocket said, I want to take a shot on somebody new betting. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, my favorite long shot to win is Shane Lowry.
Okay.
He's at plus, I think 4,500 right now, something like that.
Yeah.
He's got the game for this course. You look at his the last 3 years here, fantastic. He's played well this year. I mean, everything's good. His putting's on fire right now. His iron play is top 10 in the world right now. Another long shot I like is as a Georgia boy, Russell Henley. He went to the University of Georgia. He grew up in Georgia. He's at plus, I think, 5,500 or something right now. Just very consistent. He doesn't hit it long, but you don't have to at Augusta. But his iron play is fabulous. His short game, his putting, spot on right now. And then I'm going to tell you a really, really long shot, and everybody's probably going to go, "What's wrong with you?" Maverick McNeely at plus 14,000.
Yeah, there we go. What a name, too.
His health issues are gone. His back, everything is in order. He's striking the balls better than ever. He's top 10 putter all the time.
Yeah.
So he's in a good shape too right now. And then also too, now I do have a few head-to-heads. I don't know if you want me to do those now.
Yeah. Let it rip, man. Let it rip. Okay. And I'll tell you this while you talk about it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave these odds up.
Okay.
But yeah, break down head-to-head for sure.
Okay. I've got 3 I like for the first round. First one is Brooks Koepka over Ludwig Oberg at plus 100. I mean, I love Oberg, but his game right now is just a hair off. I even heard him talking on the range on Tuesday. He said something's a little off in his swing. And Koepka hasn't played great this year, but boy, when it's major time, he always seems to show up. So I do like Koepka. I also like Sepp Straka over Victor Hovland. That's also at plus 100. I trust Straka a lot. I mean, I know Hovland won 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I still don't trust him. His putting is so up and down, and on this course, it's going to be so critical. So I like Straka at plus 100. And the third one I like is Patrick Reed over Tony Finau at minus 120. You know, I know people are probably going, Patrick Reed, hey, he won this thing a few years ago. And if you look at his metrics, every time he plays, he's usually top 5 in ball striking and short game. Finau, boy, up and down this year. I mean, he has too many double bogeys, triple bogeys. I mean, I love the guy, but his game is really spotty right now. So those would be my
head-to-heads. I love it, man. And you know, those are some good ones. I mean, that first one that you mentioned there, Koepka versus Aberg, like, dude, those are 2 solid names right there. Yeah. And I like when you're talking about, you know, some long shots to win it all, you know, Russell Henley. If you got a Georgia boy down there going, yeah, dude,
absolutely, yes,
the patrons will get loud for him for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man. All right, man, that's beautiful. Okay, now, 2 more things, and we'll get you out of here. I definitely don't want to I don't want to keep you longer on our first lesson, right? But
all good.
I'll say this one. My man, I know I can speak for everybody here in the DTL crew would love to have you back for more.
I'd love to if you want to. Seriously.
God, dude, honored to have you, man. You're doing great. All right, so going off top winners, top 5, top 10, top 20, hole-in-ones. Okay, so like we said, you got 4 par 3s on this course: hole 4, hole 6, 12, and 16. Okay, so the first question is, are we going to have a hole-in-one in the Masters in 2025?
Great question. And, you know, I mean, one thing I should say too, AB, if I can kind of interject and come right back to this, you know, in the Masters, some people might not know this, there's only 95 players in the tournament. It's a very small field where normally there's 144.
Wow.
So going back to
that's a 50-person difference. Yeah,
exactly. So the thing is too, you have, I think, 5 amateurs in it.
Yep.
And you've got 10 or more old timers like Freddie Couples, Bernhard Langer, guys like that. So in reality, I think for betting purposes, the 95 players might be down to 70 players you really look at.
That is an excellent,
you know,
Brian, you just solidified your green jacket here. All right, I'll tell you what, next year you're picking up the dinner for everybody. All right.
Perfect.
That's a great point.
So I like I said, that just when you talk about hole-in-ones, it just reminded me of that. I wanted to just bring that up because hole-in-ones, you know, are so unusual. I'm going to say no. There will not be one this year.
Gotcha.
Now, you know what? Also,
no. I was going to say real quick, and then you keep going. You see these odds right here for
no.
Right?
There's some big odds.
You notice the books don't give you no. All right.
I was going to ask you about that. Yes. You know, and what I didn't want to say too, I can't remember every hole. There's 4 new greens this year. because of
Yeah.
the big storm they had last fall.
Yeah. Helena. Yeah.
Yeah, Helena. So I know 16 is a new green. I'm not sure if maybe number 4 is. There's like 4 holes though.
Yeah.
So
Man,
I haven't
which is
really had a chance.
fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to see the greens yet, the new ones, but I know there's some different ones. But
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, because on that course where they put the flag sticks, it's not easy to get a hole in one anywhere, of
Yeah.
course, but especially there.
Yeah. And you better get it early because Saturday and Sunday ain't going to be easy on you.
Absolutely. So true. So
Hey,
true.
well, good point. You know what? Again, there's a reason why the books don't give you a no to bet on
Right.
this one. Brian, good choice on that. Okay. Now, this is the most serious part of the show. All right.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, I know. You know me. I'm big on seriousness. Yeah. All
I
right.
know.
Yeah, you can tell. All right. It's almost militant over here. All right. So you're given $20, okay,
Okay.
on Friday or Thursday, first round. You're given $20. Go get yourself something to eat. All right.
Oh my.
Yeah. Okay. So we gotta love, all right, the Masters, Augusta National, all of it, because the prices are just unbeatable.
It's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got $20, man. I'm gonna pull this full screen. Where are
Okay.
you going?
Well, I've never had one, but I would definitely have to try that pimento cheese sandwich. I've heard wonderful things about it. I would also have to try the egg salad. I heard that's fabulous also.
And look, you still got $17 to
I
spend.
know that's what I'm looking at, EB. I'm like, I'm gonna be a pig. I heard that their cookies are just amazing. I would definitely have to try maybe 2 cookies. Fresh brewed iced tea. That's me.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yep, that's me too.
absolutely on that. And then, wow, maybe to start out with in the morning, a blueberry muffin with fresh mixed fruit.
There you
And that
go.
iced tea would be a great way to start. And I know I haven't used it all up yet.
Dude,
You know what?
that's
Maybe I could buy other patrons, with my money.
it's crazy, right? Like
It is. I couldn't believe that.
I know, man. And like that's the amazing thing is like you think you're like, dude, if you went to an NFL game and I gave you $20, you look at me and
Right.
say, what is this? The tip? Like what am I? I'm not gonna
So
get
true.
anything.
No, you're right. Maybe one drink, right?
Yes. Yeah, I know, man. It's absolutely nuts, man. And
It is.
that's how you could tell the people that run this thing, they care about it and they love it. And they truly want you to be at home and enjoy
Absolutely.
yourself.
No, it's great to see.
Oh yeah, and it's awesome that this is the first major every
Absolutely.
year, because it
What a
gets
great way.
everybody kind of in that golf mood. All right, so Brian, like I said, man, dude, you did great. Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it.
Oh my goodness, man! I
Thank
hope you
you.
had fun. And
I loved it, man. You make it too easy. No, you do. You really do.
I appreciate that, man, and that's the whole goal is that you know a lot of golf, and I know a little bit, and like I want it to be, easy for you to explain to somebody like me, and you definitely did.
I hope I did. Yeah.
Oh, you did great, man. You did great. Like I came out of this knowing a whole lot more. Look, I'm ready to bet. And I'm ready to get some pimento cheese sandwiches. All right. Any final thoughts, man, before we get out of here?
Well, it's always. I mean, one thing I truly would love to see Rory win this year.
Yeah.
I really would, just so he got his, so he got the grand slam. I mean, he's been trying. This is his 17th try this year at it.
And this is the only one that he doesn't, his only major he doesn't have.
He's got the other 3, and he'd be the 6th golfer to ever do that. So,
wow.
I mean, I like the guy. I think he's a great ambassador of golfing. He's a fabulous player. I'll just quickly say this if I can.
Mm-hmm.
His game's probably in better shape than it ever has been. He's finally toned down his game. He can start hitting. He can hit low shots now. He can drive the ball down with his irons. So he can really handle wind and things now where he couldn't do that in the past. And I heard him on the range the other day talking to his caddy, Harry. He goes, I hate hitting these shots, but I need them at Augusta. So I think he's finally realized if I'm going to win, I need to flight the ball down at times.
Yeah. Man, you know what? And I'll tell you, anybody that knows what they need to do, even though I'd hate it, but they know how to get it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm with you, man. I like Rory a lot, and I know that the end of last year wasn't great, for him, and you kind of worry, the mental state, right, of like
Absolutely.
where you're at, and
Even
it
for
sounds
them.
like, yeah, it sounds like he's in a good spot,
Yeah,
So
I really do. I think he's ready. So like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing him win out. And again, I just want to thank you and the crew. Everybody's fabulous. They've
hey,
treated me so well. I mean, so I'd be more than happy to help out more if I can, if you'd like me
oh
to.
gosh, buddy, hey, I'll tell you what, man. Go ahead. All right, mark down. I'm gonna book you. All right, for a
Okay.
lesson. All right, each week as we go, break it down golf, man. I'm
Perfect.
telling
I'd
you.
love that.
Yeah, I'd love it. Well, Brian, hey, thank you so much, man. Again, and
Thank you, AB.
oh gosh, yeah, of course, buddy. And you did a great job. And everybody,
you.
thank you so much for tuning in. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, you'll see Brian in the chat on almost every show. Feel free to hit him up. Brian, do you have a Twitter or anything that we can get a hold of you, or
You
just
know what
find
I
you in the
do,
chat?
but you know what? I don't have it with me. How about I'll
That's
I'll
spoken
put
like
it
a
in
true golf
Discord or
coach right
something
there.
on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get it up here. That's spoken
Okay.
like a true golf coach. All right, you're focused on the swing. We ain't worried about outside. All right, we're worried about
Whatever
right
else, right?
Brian, you're a beauty, bro. Hey,
Thank you
well
so
done.
much.
Oh, you did great, man. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Thanks.